Scorpios. Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be your monthly intuitive messages for the sign of Scorpio. I'm so eager to get into this. Keep in mind, these are tablets in general, right? Discernment, all that stuff. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpios. You are way more mysterious than you normally are. Okay. Some of you guys are really working very closely with the moon. You may even be like moon bathing. Maybe you did something really special around the full moon Aries. Maybe you're tracking the moon. Maybe you're also just, for my women out there, maybe you're actually tracking your cycle against the moon. There's just like a lot of moon, I almost want to say moon magic going on with you, but you're also feeling very mysterious. Like, what is going on with you, Scorpio? Definitely that's creating a sense of allure and like sensuality. It feels very like Lilith to me. It feels very like dark side of the moon kind of. I don't know what's going on. It's like, you know, it's very alluring and mysterious, a little elusive. Aloof. I'm hearing aloof. Some people might find that you're very aloof right now. You may also be finding that you are way active at night, and during the day you're just like no energy. I'm just getting like a lot of night energy with you, like going outside at night, going out and sitting under the moon, like looking at moonlight on the water. It's like, it's very mystery Scorpio, watery moon goddess, god energy, more goddess. We do have the new moon Scorpio coming up, right? So that could also be part of it. So I'm just kind of intrigued by you, Scorpio, and seeing what's going on with you. Oh, by the way, Scorpio season is upon us. Almost. We're very close. We're very, very close. So happy early birthdays. Okay. I'm biased, says the Scorpio. Okay. Any messages or insights for my Scorpios? Yeah, you're just super mysterious. And you may even be very quiet too around this time. Or at least just like not sharing as much. You already are kind of like reserved and like keep stuff to yourself. But it may be more than usual. Okay. There's a lot going on at night. I feel like there's also a lot going on when you do sleep. It's interesting wanted to be said that way. When you do sleep, there could be a lot going on. I'm starting with the Pocket Archetypes deck. If you were wondering what deck I was shuffling. Any messages or insights for Scorpios? Like, you may even be like out in nature at night. I'm getting a lot of fae. Okay, starting to get some fairies coming into the space for you. Well, we do have the riddle. That is a card of mystery, right? Literally, like, what is the answer to the puzzle? And also the snake. The snake is really jumping out to me for you. Getting very magician-like now. I feel like you are just really in your like inner witch. To be honest, like your inner witch magician, more witch than magician. I feel like you're working with the elements very closely. Like you're doing a lot with the elements specifically. I don't know who I am reading for. I don't even think you're solving anything. I don't think you're trying to figure anything out. I think you are the riddle to other people, honestly. You are the riddle. You don't need to solve shit. You are the riddle. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. Tell me more for Scorpio, please. But yeah, they're really highlighting the elements. Even just like the 4 like little light balls are jumping out at me, screaming like 4 natural elements, right? I keep feeling the moon too. Some guys are working with the Raven. Odin, that's coming through as well. Anything else for Scorpio? But I feel like you're very feminine. Like you're really, really in your feminine. I'm starting to get that sexual energy now. Some of you are working with your sexual energy very intentionally. Any other messages or insights from my Scorpios? I'm literally hearing magic trick. Some of you guys could like do magic tricks. Interesting, we have the threshold here because I want to say it's almost like you're playing with magic. Like first you see it, now you don't. First you see me, now you don't. Like there's something almost playful about it, but it's very sensual. Even like threshold catching my attention. It's not like out here, but I feel like you are literally in this place of the in-between, which is very Scorpio. Like just going right up to the edge and just staying on the edge. What are you doing? What are you doing, Scorpio? Yeah, you're like coming right up to the edge and like enjoying being on the edge, enjoying being on like almost like a tightrope, like in between spaces, in between A and B. That actually feels like it's also a very neutral place to be as well. You're enjoying being on the edge. Okay. I almost want to say you're like, so this is interesting. Okay. I want to be careful with my words. It's almost like you're right in the middle, right on the edge between light and dark, which again is very neutral. But I feel like that's kind of old paradigm, right? Because everybody's light and dark, and I feel like it's more complicated than that, than just like lights over here and blacks over, you know what I mean? Lights over here and dark is over there. But it feels like that. It feels like you're dancing on the edge between light and dark. Okay. Maybe seeing how long you can stay in this neutral place. We don't even have any other cards out for you yet. Anything else for Scorpio? Whatever Scorpio is up to? I feel like this is even manifesting in like environments and situations that you are, I want to say playing with. There's a lot about like play and almost like, let me try this. Well, what if I do this? And what if I shift like that? Like it's, yeah, it's very like ninja, like mystical ninja. I'm trying to think of a good example here. Like, let's say you're talking to somebody, right? And let's say like you know, you're seeing your options, right? Like, oh, this is getting flirty. We could like take it in this direction, or I could just leave. And it's like you're finding the in-between of those choices. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like you're not gonna like go to their place and like have a night, right? And you're not gonna like just totally bounce and go home. Like, what's the in-between? It's like how do you like sit in that neutral balanced place? And how do you play with the lines? You're playing with lines, Scorpio. I feel like you're also playing with boundaries. Be careful. Be careful if you're a Scorpio. Have your fun. Do your Scorpio thing. You're playing with the lines. You're playing with boundaries. What if I step this way? What happens? Is this too far? Is this not far enough? You may be testing someone else's boundaries. Be careful with that. Just be careful with that. I don't know. Something about that feels like that's a very slippery slope. Anyway, Scorpio, let's get back to it. Can I get another card for Scorpio, please? Yeah, you were just in this kind of space. I can never say this. Anima Mundi. Anima Mundi. I equate that to, how do I want to say, a bit to the World card, right? It's like, it's this play, actually, it's like very portal-like when I think about it. It also has a representation or connection to life itself and like all of life's forces. Yeah, Scorpio, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, you're playing with the lines and the boundaries, and dare I even say reality? Okay? And you're seeing what you can do. You're seeing how to walk those lines. I feel like you're really testing out like your own magician, magic, alchemy, how far you can bend things. Yeah, it keeps coming back, how far you can bend things. Your own creative energy is part of that too. Like you're like, you know, which is magician energy. You're just bending the rules a lot. Can I get a third? Oh my, this is interesting. I have something set up for Clyde. It's new, so he's like, he was very like resistant to it, but now he's like all like playing in it. That's what all the noises are. Well, this is interesting. We have the Mask and the Village. This is more the mystery. Also why people are looking at you like you're a mystery, because you are playing around with something that's very mystical and like cosmic, but you're very hush-hush about it. You're not talking about it. Yeah. I also feel like it, okay, let me rephrase that. Any inner circle, right? If you have it, like if you have a strong inner circle, they don't know, but strangers might know. Like almost like you're engaging more with strangers than your own inner circle. This feels very like mystical, experimental. Yeah. I want to get more into this village. Some of you may be engaging more with like foreign environments or like people you don't normally talk to, because some of you may actually be trying to, how do I want to say, like get used to like being like that with people who already know you. This is interesting. Some of you are taking on a new form of identity. But the process feels so intentional and immersive. And for some reason, it's like people that are closest to you, you don't feel comfortable to let in on the process. I guess that's very Scorpio. It's a crazy reading. Okay. Let's pull some other cards. Actually, I'm going to get a fifth card from this deck really quick, and then we'll move on to the Fae since the Fae came out for you. Can I get a fifth card for Scorpio, please? You got two more. Wow. We have the Forest and Aletheia. This is a card of truth. Okay. Truth through the forest. I just feel like you are navigating a new sense of identity. And it's interesting because it's like Scorpio is all about death and rebirth, right? You're used to change, you're used to transformation. But this new sense of identity, I feel like you've already gone through some sort of big shift within yourself, but this new sense of identity feels very drastic. I think from what you have been or what you've presented yourself as. This is, I think, definitely coinciding with the full moon Aries to the transition to new moon Scorpio for sure. And I feel like it's just a lot to traverse. It's a lot to traverse. And so you're just doing that the best way you can. But I keep getting, it's like your inner circle is not privy to it, or they're not close to you at this time. Until it's almost like till you get your sea legs with it. Very interesting. All right, let's get the Fae. Let's get the Fae out here. There's going to be part 2 for those who are resonating and want to go deeper. The links for that will be below through Venmo and through Patreon. Okay? Okay. There's a lot in the description. A lot of people ask me like where stuff is. Everything you would think of or curious about, all of it's in the description. Okay. I'm getting drawn back to here with truth in the forest, where your heart lies. Oh, he's loving it. Sorry. Okay, coming back. Where your heart lies. Something feels shocking about that. I think there's also why you're keeping your inner circle at bay for this. Because I think deep down, a piece of you knows, or maybe it's just in your subconscious, maybe it's like a higher self or multi-dimensional version of self, right? That knows, oh yeah, my whole body just like, when I said that, that knows that people who know you will be shocked of where your heart truly lies. The truth is truth. Truth is truth. Any other messages or insights for Scorpio? Yes, suddenly the energy feels very like serious, but quiet. Very serious, but very quiet, very contemplative. You may be taking a lot of quiet time just to like contemplate and reflect and feel. This is like so you right now. It's not even funny. Gotta cover her boobies. The Dark Lady. That's totally where you're at. This like night energy, mystery, and the in-between, walking the line between, walking the line between the lines. It's like, this is very, very you. The Dark Lady can be very High Priestess-like, but she is literally about the in-betweens. Literally. She's about the in-betweens, and she's about initiations. And sometimes that is through darkness, and sometimes that is about getting acquainted with your shadow. Some of, is this a thing? Hold on. Hold on. I'm asking my team. Is this a, wait, because I heard a term and I'm like, they're saying perception. Some of you may perceive, keyword being perceive here, perceive yourself to be like a shadow angel. I don't know if that's really a thing. Perceive. Anything's possible. Perceive yourself that way. I feel like you're actually just dancing yet in between or with your shadow. And I am feeling angelic though. I am feeling like strong angel energy and like dancing with those two forces within you. You are the dark lady. Male or female doesn't matter. You are the dark lady right now. So just take that in. You are absolutely the dark lady. Now I'm feeling like a gatekeeper. Yeah, suddenly I'm getting this like territorial energy with you. I'm hearing perimeter, perimeter, perimeter. Some of you are getting better about like strengthening your boundaries. So maybe it's just about boundaries. Some of it's actually like your energy field. And some of you are feeling like you actually need to protect something. It feels more environmental though, like a location. Maybe even like standing up for the environment. That could be a thing, like environmentalism. But suddenly I'm feeling this very strong, like no, will not trespass, will not violate. Oh, that's interesting. Some of you, this is about, I'm getting like irritation about people who violate, desecrate the sacred is how it's coming through. I keep getting this like about environment for a lot of you. But whatever that means to you, people who violate or desecrate the sacred. Huh. Okay, let's get more. 1717, I looked it at the camera. Anything else for Scorpio? Anything else for... Hi, buddy. You like your new little hangout? Huh? I thought you would. I thought you would. I'm glad you do. Anyway, sorry. Anything else for my Scorpios? Huh. Indy. Indy's about choices and decision making. I don't think you're struggling with this. I think that there have been probably some decisions that you have been marinating on, but I don't think it's nearly as hard. Especially once you accept, especially once you accept the truth of where your heart lies. And that can mean a lot of things, right? That could be about relationships. That could be about just like what you care about. That could be about your own passion. That could even be like where you belong locationally, like geographically. But I feel like any big decisions you've been struggling with, they're about to get really easy, actually. Yeah, they're about to get really easy when you acknowledge where your heart lies. Which, being the dark lady, I want to say that is just you. Something about being the dark lady in these like characteristics is representative of your heart. Very interesting. Can I get a third, please, for Scorpio? We're definitely in a collective space right now where a lot of people are acknowledging or confronting or even feeling or sensing their like animal primal self. And I do feel that here with you, Scorpio, with the dark lady. Some of you, I almost want to say primordial, which is interesting. I think you've probably done shadow work before. This just feels kind of different. This feels kind of different. It almost is like, instead of the shadow, I'm going to say the animal. But the shadow is definitely a part of it. It's like, instead of acknowledging that part of you and like making space for that part of you, it's like you are like grabbing it and like hugging it and like, oh no, we're going to be very front and center. It's very interesting. Can I get a third, please, for Scorpio? Some of you almost want to say your inner villain. Discernment. Careful with that. Whoa. 3 cards. Oh boy, let's see. Okay. We have the Sylph, Guardian, and the Gate. Thresholds. This is a card about thresholds and portals and initiations, okay? And then we have the Fawn. The Fawn is an embracing of natural magic, earth magic, which I was feeling very earthy elemental stuff with you. But it's also about like your own unique magic, like being you. The Sylph is indicating massive change, okay? Like I said, if you've been struggling with certain decisions, they probably have been like big life decisions. It's about to get a lot easier. And it almost feels like the moment it gets easier and you make a choice about something, change, almost like instant change. And I feel like you go into this full embrace of self in your magic and capabilities and all that good stuff. And again, some of you are going to get way more acquainted with earth, nature, plants, even just working with the elements and like the earthly magic realm is like how earth magic realm is how that wants to come through. But this dark lady energy is also a big part of that. Okay. And it's going to be very obvious where your heart lies. Deep down, you've known the whole time where your heart lies. You've needed time to accept it. There's been pieces of you that have not been accepting of where you belong. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. There have been parts of you that have not been accepting of where you belong. And embracing more of your like animal, shadow, dark ladiness is helping you to come to terms with that. That's so interesting. I'm also being drawn to, with this card, the light and the dark and the dark and the light, right? The good and the bad and the bad and the good. Being aware of what that means for you. What is good about your bad side and what's maybe bad about your good side? I know this is going to sound weird. It's just is like the only way that wants to come through, because I feel like the dark lady, the shadow, the animal part of you, that is helping you to accept truth, which tells me this other aspect of self or version of you, right? More this like light side, if you will, has actually like been resisting that. Almost like maybe you've been in too extreme of this end here and you needed to see this. You needed to see the black rose. You needed to see that part. Because like no matter where you are in polarity of all aspects, right? Being too far on one end is detrimental. It's an imbalance. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like the imbalance was actually causing you to resist yourself. Like something didn't fit is how I'm getting it. Something about where you truly belong didn't fit. But you're accepting that now. Wow, Scorpio, jeez. Okay. Okay. Tarot? Just a little overwhelmed with your energy. Yeah, tarot? I'm asking. Yeah, okay, very quick. I'm going to try to get a tarot card for each of these little sections, and then we're going to move on to part 2. You settle down? He settled. Oh, it's okay. It's just cards. It's okay. It's okay. He's like all snuggled up next to me. You'd think he'd be used to card shuffling by now after all these years. Is that better? Oh, maybe he was asleep. Okay, sorry, distraction. Scorpio. Let's get a couple tarot cards out here for you before we get into part 2. We'll do one more shuffle here. I'm using the glow-in-the-dark tarot for this next part. Can I get a card for the Dark Lady? Watch High Priestess or Death come out or something like that. Maybe even Lovers, actually. Tell me about Dark Lady for Scorpio. Jeez. If that doesn't say portal, I don't know what does. The World and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a portal card for a lot of people. A lot of people consider it like the 11-11 card. The World card is also a portal to me because it's about closing major cycles and opening new cycles. But Four of Wands is also stability and like also enjoying other people and social events and what have you. This Dark Lady energy is doing wonders for you. this whole playing with the lines and figuring out this, like, you know, where you belong and the sense of self and all of that stuff. It's coming with moving in, like, I want to say moving through a portal, okay, or moving between portals. Again, playing with the lines, playing with the boundaries. So maybe this is actually involving a house. It's interesting. Yes, maybe this is involving a house. I'm hearing you'll know when you're welcome with open arms. Interesting. You'll know when you're welcome with open arms. That's a key indicator right there. Let's get a card for Indy. Ooh. Did I drop another one? Nope. Okay. For the decisions here, decision making for Scorpio, for Indy. Love it. Chariot, triumphant. So like I said, if you've been struggling with decisions or a specific decision, you ain't going to be struggling anymore, because the Chariot is movement. Chariot is action. Chariot actually has the Emperor sitting behind it, right? Or him, it, you know what I mean? It's also a card that represents ascension, which some of you guys can be experiencing, right? But the Chariot is a victorious, making a decision, sticking with it, and following through and being triumphant in that. Some of you, this could be involving traveling or a move as well, with the Chariot and the Four of Wands being here. Like, this would literally be like moving house or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So then after that decision is made, whatever those decisions are about, boom. It just feels like being thrusted. I got to be honest. It feels like being thrusted into a new reality, or just like being thrusted into where you really belong. Oh, yeah, being thrusted into where you really belong. And it's because you have made the choice. Because you've made the choice, and you've made the choice in your decision making, but you've also made the choice in embracing all of this. Oh, hold on a second. I want to show you guys. Embracing all of that. The riddle, anima mundi, the truth of you. Whew. Big reads today. Tell me about self, the guardian, and the gate, and the fawn. King of Swords. I think King of Swords is going to be coming out for a lot of people. King of Swords is clarity, okay? It's clarity and master of the mind. Getting strong communication. Strong communication. Some of you may feel at a point when you are thrusted past the threshold, right? And thrusted into where you really belong. So you may feel prompted to communicate this back to your community, or to your inner circle, or your family for some of you. Excuse me. It's for some of you, not all of you. Tell me more about this for Scorpio. I want to get just one more card. Just one more. And then we're going to get deeper in part 2. I'm hearing you're ready. Examining. King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can be like making plans. It's also my card of like friendship, allyship, having a new perspective on like material things or money or investments, or thinking about that sort of stuff. Can also be a bit of a student energy, like wanting to cultivate a new skill. Oh, hard yes on some. Oh yeah, hard yes. Hard yes. You're a natural at something. Deep. I feel like there's been glimmers of that. You are, yeah, they're being very clear, but yes. You're a natural at something. It's a skill. It's a skill. And it's I want to say like, hands. Oh my God, that could be so many things. Yeah. Something about the hands, something where you have to use your hands, but you are a natural. Some of you are going to be meeting a mentor or a teacher that's going to teach you this, show you this. Yeah, you're a natural. I keep getting this is going to shock people. or surprise people. What a natural you are at this, but this has always been you. This has always been you. When you're thrusted into where you belong. Oh, Scorpio. All right, we're diving into part 2. I'm going to get deeper on this whole like dark lady, like neutrality you're finding yourself in as you like dance and play, and it feels like a self-discovery, right? But coinciding with that is it feels like a new journey where you really belong. And getting to this place with yourself, this like it's an acceptance of self, sure, but you're also like really getting to understand your capabilities, right? Like again, like what are the limits of you even? And it's going to help you to make some decision that you've been struggling with. And once that decision is made, something is shifting fast. And you're going to find yourself exactly where you belong. And I also want to say learning, cultivating a skill that you are natural at. It may have to do with the environment or nature itself. It just feels very hands-on. It could be just like creative, right? But it's very hands-on. And yes, some of you will definitely have a mentor in this. All right, yeah. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I'm just in it, so I just can't stop talking. I'm going to go. If you're going to join me for part 2, I'm going to see you over there. And if this is where we depart, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I will see you guys later, okay? Bye, Scorpios, and happy